बोर्ड आया आपका क्या? हरी भाई बोर्ड आया क्या? पावर केबल आया क्या आपका?
पावर केबल वहाँ लगा और आएगा बोला, अभी तक आया नहीं।
मैं वीडियो डाल
सा गई
I'll just check in, but
Check 1 2 3. Bites 1 2 3. Hello, check. Check. Bites check. Okay. All good. Okay, we are ready to roll, right? FX4. हाँ आ रहा हूँ, एक सेकेंड.
Hello and welcome to New Delhi. We are back at the Dr. Karni Singh shooting range for the final day. I know, it's come round already for the Issf World Cup Final 2024, culminating this illustrious year with the Olympic Games in the middle of it, and such a heavy calendar towards the beginning of the year with the Olympic qualifications. And now, even when you think that the Olympic Games was 3 months ago, it seems like a distant memory. We're about to get underway with this women's skeet final. The range is ready and the athletes are getting ready themselves. And we'll get underway as soon as we can. My name is Rory McAllister. Welcome along. It's a very warm and hazy morning here in New Delhi for this early start. And that's because we've got 4 shotgun finals to get through today. So we're sort of fighting the daylight, really, in order to get them done whilst the sun is still in the sky. 23 degrees at the moment, humidity around 71%, and you can certainly feel that, and hardly any wind at all. It's almost perfect conditions for shotgun shooting. So some familiar names coming up in this skeet women's final. 2 athletes from the United States, 2 from Italy. India, the home nation, also represented, as are France. And that's our schedule for today. 9:30 local time, we'll get underway with the skeet women's final, then the 10 of the skeet men at 11, and then the 2 trap finals after midday, and then 4 o'clock, 2 o'clock even later on this afternoon. So the eco-friendly target types are being used in this one. 12 gauge shotguns and the cartridge shot weights. Most of the cartridges come in boxes of around 24 grams. They will allow that 0.5 differential. Everything has been checked and verified in the equipment control room. There's an idea of what one of the shotguns looks like. I always do like the golden trigger. I'd probably go for one of those myself, to be honest. And these can weigh up to 4 kilos. They are still customizable, and you can certainly put your hand in your pocket and spend some money when it comes to buying a nice shotgun. So the world rankings, Austin Smith at the top, but it's Diana Boccozzi, the world number 3, who features in this final. All of those names that are highlighted for you are the finalists coming into this skeet women's final. So the athletes just out taking a dry fire at the moment, just getting used to the conditions. They've gone through qualification over the last few days. And you can just see how in Skeet they mount the shotgun down at the hip. Those are the rules. And then when you make your call, the target will be released from the high and low house, and then you can raise your shotgun to take your shot. There's Diana Picosi, now 41 years old, and is just so prolific on the world stage, has achieved so much over the years. Sam Simonton from the United States, just taking a test fire. So thank you for joining us on Issf TV, wherever you are around the world. Do leave your comments. If you're watching on Facebook, you can also like the video. And if you're on YouTube, then you can like and subscribe to the channel. That way you'll get notified of all our broadcasts as and when they come up. So good to see that India are represented in this final. It's always nice whenever an athlete from the home nation is featured. And of course with the allocation of athletes as well, with the World Cup coming, coming to New Delhi, India did get further allocations and wild cards, so it's always good when the home nation comes through into the final. Two athletes from Italy represented in this one, two from the United States. Martina Maluzzo just taking a test fire and now stepping up. The athlete with bib number 6, which is Lucy Anastasio. So the bib numbers will come into effect. That's in relation to how they qualified, 1 right through to 6. And I'll just run over the format for you in a few seconds. So the athletes now just preparing for the introductions. Jamie Stangroom of Great Britain is the announcer today. And stations 3, 4 and 5 will be used for this final. And here is the qualification result. So Picosi and Simonton both on 124. Dania Vizzi, another familiar name in the world of skeet shooting, tied with Sekon on 122. Maruzzo on 121. And Anastasio on 120.
But any moment now, I'm going to call over
So the reason why the bib numbers are so important and the qualification is that if there is a tie at any point when we come to eliminations, then it's the bib number that decides who leaves and who stays. Unless it comes down to the gold and silver, in which case the bib number system won't be in effect, we just go to a shoot-off.
Good vibes, good energy, good drums as well from the Spartans Punjab here in India. Bangalore.
So
ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the organising committee of the Issf World Cup Final New Delhi 2024 and the International Shooting Sports Federation, welcome to the Dr. Kani Singh Shooting Range. The final competition for the Skeet women's event will now take place, so let's meet the athletes. Qualifying in first place with bib number 1, representing Italy. Fresh off the back of Skeet mixed Olympic gold, her 3rd Olympic medal, she's the world number 3 and reigning European champion, Diana Barcosi.
Diana Barcosi getting her introduction, representing Italy.
With number 2,
Gold medalist from the Paris Olympic Games in the mixed team, and a gold medalist in Rio at the Olympic Games, and that silver. I was there myself for that announcer that day in Tokyo when Diana took the silver medal. She's got 7 World Cup golds as well, unbelievable. Here's Sam Simonton of the United States with a gold in the team women at the World Championships in Oshek, also a bronze medal at the World Championships in Moscow. I was announcer there that day, I remember that vividly. And here's Dania Vizzi, also of the United States, now 29 years old, world number 9. Bronze medal at the World Cup final in Doha 11 months ago. And a gold medalist in Moscow at the World Championships, where Sam Simonton picked up the bronze. So Ganimat Sekon of India, representing the home nation on home soil in her own country. She was 5th in the World Cup final in Doha 11 months ago and has 2 World Cup gold medals in mixed team.
Bib number 5, representing Italy. 4 World Cup
Here's Martina Baluzzo, second athlete from Italy.
World Cup final appearance. Let's give a new day welcome to Martina Baluzzo.
She has 3 silver medals from World Cups and 1 silver medal in the team women at World Cups.
Representing France. She's a 2-time Olympian, the world number 6 and a European champion, competing today in her first final and a World Cup final. It's Lucy Anastasiou.
And Lucy Anastasiou representing France. Silver medalist as a junior at the World Championships in 2011. Bronze medal from the World Championships in the mixed team, also to her name. And she was 7th in the World Cup final in Cairo a few years ago. And Papahan Krishnan is our jury. And Krishna Kumar Chankalab of India is our referee in charge.
Good luck to all our athletes and let the final begin.
So just noticed Connor Prince, one of the coaches for the United States today, alongside Joey Vega. So that's how they line up from bib number 1 right through to 6. And the Skeet final will go up to 60 shots. That's when we decide the gold and silver. And it's all about hit or miss in shotgun. The world record from Wei Meng stands at 59, set at the World Cup final. And it's Diana Barcosi of Italy who's going to open up proceedings in bib number 1. first elimination comes after 20 targets. That's the first two dealt with from the high and low house. Mounts the shotgun, makes her call, and disposes of those two targets as well. That's 4 out of 4. So Sam Simonton, a hit and a miss, and then a repeat with a hit and a miss. So 2 out of 4 for the American at first visit to Station 3. And now also the United States, Dania Vizzi. 2 out of 2 so far. Vizzi makes short work of those final 2. It's also 4 out of 4 for the American, so she's alongside Bakosi, both on 4 hits. Now Ganimat Sekon of India. And red flag goes up in the air. So just a miss on that third target, otherwise 3 out of 4. So Martina Maluzzo, second athlete from Italy. And destroys those 2 targets in the air. And you just see the pink dust just evaporating now into the Indian sun. And the reason why they're called flash targets is because that's exactly what happens when they hit. The powder is then released, and it makes it easier to see, particularly for spectators and those of us watching on screens, as to whether or not the targets were hit or not. Plus, of course, we have the referees and the jury, the red flags to signal misses. So that's the first visit to Station 3, and now we move on to Station 4. And there's just 1 pair of targets for each athlete here, just the 2. So we've got 4 athletes all on 4 hits, and then Sekon of India, who's on 3 out of 4, and then Sam Simonton of the United States on 2 out of 4. so gets those two. All athletes have got both targets at station 4, and now Anastasiou trying to complete the perfect visit for all 6 athletes. And that's one hit and one miss, so just Anastasiou missing that one at station 4. Otherwise, the rest of the athletes, well, they'll all be happy with their visit to station 4. Now first visit to station 5. And this will take us up to 10 targets, and then we're halfway to the first elimination stage. So 2 pairs here. The target's moving at over 60 miles an hour. Just shows how good you need to be at this sort of level. Athlete as well, when you make the visit to the station, you do need to keep an eye on the shot clock. 30 seconds is what's allocated. I mean, that's already ticking. The second you get to the station, the clock starts. And then you've got to make your call, get all 4 of your shots away within the 30 seconds. Cozy with all 4, and Simonton also with all 4. Let's see what Vizzy can do here on their first visit to station 5. And a miss for Dania Vizzy. And that's the first miss of all her visits to the stations. It's just Bakosi who's on the perfect 10 at the moment. Sekon just blasting those 4 away, much to the delight of the Indian crowd, who clap and applaud for Sekon representing her home nation on home soil in New Delhi. Anastasiou will want these last 2 just to try and stay in with the rest of the pack. And it's a hit and 1 miss, so she'll leave station 5 just with that 1 miss out of 4, now on a total of 8. So we're halfway through towards the first elimination. That'll happen after 20 targets. So that's how it stood after 4, and here's how it stands after 10. So Bakosi and Maruzzo both on the perfect 10 out of 10. Vizzy, Sekon and Simonton. And Anastasiou are the chasing pack. So Bakosi ready to go again. All of these shotguns have adjustable and customisable chokes. And the athletes would have had a look at their shot patterns and decided on their choke. And that essentially, if you think of it as like a fan in a triangle shape, it just gives you an idea of the spread of the lead that comes out of the cartridge as and when you make the shot, what you want the spread to be in order to maximise your chances of hitting the target, because you only really need to clip it as long as there's some dust that's seen, and the referee and jury see that you've just even clipped the target, you don't necessarily have to hit them right bang in the middle. So that helps. Spectacular when you do. It looks good. And Barkosi is contesting that. 2 misses has been called. And she says she at least hit one. So there's a discussion here. If you are just joining us live on Issf TV, hello and welcome. We're live for you in New Delhi. And Diana Barkosi is just contesting a potential hit of those last 2 targets that she fired at Station 3 on her second visit there. The first 2 went down, the second 2, and now the referee signalling that it is indeed a double miss. So Barkosi comes away from Station 3 on her second visit with 2 hits and 2 misses. So it does give Martina Maruzzo, also of Italy, a chance to go 2 in front if she can make the perfect 4. But first of all, Simonton of the United States to take 4 shots at Station 3. First 2. And there's a hit and a miss on the last 2. So it's 3 out of 4 for Simonton on her second visit at Station 3. Here's Vizzy of the United States. It's a perfect, almost a perfect 4 out of 4, but not quite, just halfway there. Dania Vizzy with 2 hits and 2 misses. Her body language as she walked away from Station 3 said that. Sekon, meanwhile, does manage perfection because he was only halfway there with the 2 out of 4, and Sekon with the 4 out of 4. So Maruzzo now can go 2 in front, and she can have a perfect visit back at Station 3. And finishes that off and does indeed get 2 in front. So Maruzzo 4 out of 4 back at Station 3, and now the clear leader in this Skeet final. See how quick Anastasio was there to react. So 14 out of 14 for Maruzzo. Great shooting from the Italian. 31 years old now, world number 12, with those 3 silver medals at World Cups. And who knows, could be on the podium at the end of this World Cup final. Dania Vizzy was the bronze medalist in Doha at the World Cup final last year.
Station 4 now.
I'm sure we'll also have her sights set, as are the rest of the athletes, on a place on the podium. The bib number system will only come into effect if there is a tie. We're now back at station 4, and there's just one pair per athlete. You'll see the different glasses and lens shades that the athletes wear, and that's just to make the targets highlight in the sky. It's incredible the difference the glasses make, particularly in different conditions as well. Sometimes you will see shotgun shooters change their glasses depending on the light and the conditions, but it's not until you put some of the lenses on the target almost looks as if it's illuminated in the sky, and just makes it much easier to see. The challenge, of course, then, is you still got to make the hits. So a double miss that time for Sekon. Still on 13 hits, though. And Maruzzo continues this perfect streak. It's great stuff. 16 out of 16. It's still early stages, but looks like she's cruising towards a medal for the moment. So now the final visit back to station 5 and the first of the eliminations. And we've got 3 athletes all tied on 13. Dania Vizzi on 12. So Dana Vizzi can get up to 16. She has to hit all 4. And she's in bib number 3. So that could come into effect. Meanwhile, Anastasio Sekon and Simonton all tied on 13. So some interesting developments ahead of us here at the second visit to station 5. Missing that first one, and no contest this time, just cracks on, goes for the next 2. And it's another miss for Picozzi. Diana Picozzi, just over the last few shots, a real dip in form. She was on a perfect start for a while, up until that second visit back to station 3. Meanwhile, Simonton destroying those first 2 targets, and now another 2. And great shooting from the American, 4 out of 4. And at the moment is in the lead on 17 hits. And the best Vizzi can hope for here is all 4 to get up to 16. So you see Dania just looking down at her feet, then down at the mount. That's what it's called, when you mount the gun and raise it for the shot. And just going through that process each time, and takes all 4 of those targets. Both Americans, 4 out of 4 at station 5. And Sekon missing that first target. We apologise for the feedback on the speakers. If you did hear that, wherever you are watching. But Sekon, 3 out of 4. So Maruzzo, can she get the perfect start in terms of up to the first elimination, and there is the first miss, so we're all human. She's tied for the lead, Maruzzo, and can go in front over these next two targets. And gets one, misses the other, so on 18 at the moment, just one in front of Simonton of the United States, and two in front of Sekon, Vizzi and Barkosi. Anastasio in bid number 6. That's 15. She needs at least 2 more to try and stay in. If she hits one and is on 16, then she'll leave on bib number. Just raises her hand, not quite ready. And just testing the speaker with the referee. Seems there is a fault there. So testing times for Lucy Anastasio. She's got 2 so far. Needs at least 2 to stay in. So if she ties for 16, then she'll leave on bib number. But if indeed she does get the next 2 and gets up to 17, then it does mean that Galimat Sekon would be leaving the final based on the fact that she is in bib number 4. And that's where the qualification process and the bib numbering system is all important at these times when it comes to eliminations. So the referee just checking the cabling. I think now he'll do a test call. And it still looks as if there is a problem. So all of these athletes are so experienced, they'll just try and remain in the zone. Of course, it's all right for the other 5. They've already taken their shots. So they now just have to wait to see what fate and destiny will bring them. Meanwhile, Anastasio still has 2 targets remaining at her second visit to Station 5. So discussion now between the referees and the jury, just to try and get this speaker fixed at Station 5. So all the officials just trying to get this delay sorted out and get this final and show back on the road as soon as possible. Now, if you're watching the 25-metre rapid fire yesterday, it was one of the longest that all of us have been involved in. I even spoke to people who have been in world shooting longer than me, saying, as a rapid fire final, is that the longest one you've ever experienced? And the answer was yes. So just waiting now on the official results, just to see whether or not we can get this speaker fixed. If you have just joined us, then welcome along. Thanks for joining us on Issf TV. We're just at the elimination stage in this Skeet women's final. And what's happened is on the second visit to Station 5, when Lucy Anastasio stepped up to take her 4 targets, she took the first 2, and then there was some sort of fault with the microphone and speaker at Station 5. So just looking at some of the athletes, some of the coaches being patient, waiting their time. Daniele Despigno just having a chat with the 2 Italians. And there's also Dwayne Wager of the United States alongside Connor Prince. I'm sure a name you'll recognise from the Paris Olympic Games. So just looking once again at Connor Prince, the silver medalist from the Paris Olympic Games in the skeet final, where he stood alongside Vincent Hancock, who took his 5th Olympic gold. And it was a unique moment in the world of skeet shooting, where we had coach and the coach, in other words, Connor Prince's coach being Vincent Hancock. We had coach and pupil next to each other on the podium for the gold and silver. So Anastasio now is back at station 5. Hopefully we've sorted out this technical issue and we can get going again with this skeet final. It's just 2 targets remaining now at station 5. And after that break, just shows how good she is with the composure, up to 17. So it means our first elimination representing India is Ganamat Sekon, who leaves the final purely based on the bib number system, because she's tied, or was tied on 16 alongside Vizzy and Barkosi. So the athlete from this home country on her home range leaves this final in 6th place. So Maruzzo, just with those 2 misses out of 20, a very impressive performance so far in this World Cup final. So this is the 3rd visit to station 3, and over the next 10 targets, that'll decide 5th place. So Barkosi didn't have a great visit last time, so she can make an improvement here. 2 out of 2 so far. There's a hit and a miss there that time. So just a bit of mixed form from the gold medalist from Paris in the mixed team. And Simonton once again at station 3 favours all 4 out of 4. Americans up to 21. Vizzy now with this visit can get up to 20. It's a hit and a miss on those last 2 for the 29-year-old. So just with the 2 hits there on that visit to station 3 for the 3rd time, she made a perfect start up until the 2nd visit to station 4 last time. And Anastasio, who survived that last elimination process, with a clean 2 out of 2 so far. And just a slight delay, but does the follow through. And a great hit on that final target as well, just to try and catch it and get 4 out of 4.
Who is ahead of Issf on big number. They're both on 19 hits each. We're 6 targets away from the next elimination. 2 of them coming up now at station 4.
So great work from Bakosi that time. He was right on top of both of those 2 targets. Dania Vizzi matches what Simonton has done at station 4. All athletes so far 2 out of 2. And Maurizio keeps up what the others have done as well. Just shows you the standard that you get in a World Cup final such as this. I think the referee just checking here because we've only had 1 target released on both occasions there for Anastasio, and you've got a feel for her because she had a problem at station 5 a few moments ago and is now experiencing more disruption and just has to try and block that out and get on with things. And this time both targets released and destroys the 2, and just shows the composure as well of the 31-year-old Lucy Anastasio representing France. A real class act to be able to deal with these disruptions throughout this final, and at the moment now is on 17, now moves that up to 23. So Simonton and Anastasio both tied on 23 hits. Meluzzo on 22, Bakosi and Vizzi on 21. And Galamet Sekon was eliminated after 20 targets. And Simonton on that second one, just on the underside of that target, but just managed to clip down towards the bottom and sent that dust through the sky. And that's another great brace of hits from the American, and Simonton now up to 27 hits, 2 in front of Bakosi. In quick succession with both of those, fairly close together. Dania Vizzi takes 4 out of 4 back at station 5. of Daniele Di Spigno, and also is congratulated by Dwayne Wager, the American coach. Well, interesting. This is how it can work at this sort of level when it's this close. Barkosi and Vizzy both on 25. Vizzy in the lower bib number. She's in bib number 3. Barkosi in bib number 1. So bear that in mind as we go over the next 10 targets. Meanwhile, Simonton and Anastasiou both tied at the top on 27 hits. And it's Simonton in bib number 2, which again is worth bearing in mind over these next 10 targets. So back at station 3, Barkosi's had some mixed form at station 3 throughout this final so far. Again, got off to a good start. It was Maruzzo, though, that really was blitzing it at one point without any misses. And Barkosi just nails those first 2. And 4 out of 4 for the gold medalist from Paris in the mixed team. Simonton, I must say, is looking good. And it's 4 out of 4 once again for the American. Did the same at station 3 last time. And now the pressure over these next 10 targets on Dania Vizzy because of her bib number 3. Anastasiou, meanwhile, still in bib number 6. But on 27, can get up to 31. And Vizzy now joins alongside Barkosi, but in the lower bib number. So crucial here what happens to Anastasiou in terms of how this next elimination phase will play out over the next visit to station 4 and 5. Well, 2 misses for Anastasiou. France, interesting. Tied now with Vizzy and Barkosi, but in bib number 6. Interesting developments here in New Delhi. We're back at station 4. We've got 6 targets left until we have our next elimination. Who's it going to be?
So we're back at station 4 now for 1 double each.
Great work from Barkosi. That's all she can do. She's in bib number 1, so that could go in her favour. Simonton, bit of a delay there, but that's what happens. It's randomised in terms of the release. And Simonton makes short work of those 2 and is in front on 33. Really looking very good in this final. And that could be a crucial miss for Vizzy. She shakes her head, and this is the first one as well. Stays on 29. And in bib number 3, Anastasiou now in bib number 6. Has a chance to put some daylight and perhaps even secure a medal in this final. Interesting. Thought it would be, and now we're back at station 5. And just look at how it stands. 2 athletes on 31. Simonton on her own, 2 in front. So this is now her final to kind of lose, if you like. And Dania Vizzy's visit to station 5, absolutely crucial in bib number 3. that she then have to wait for Anastasio to see what happens. So Barkosi can guarantee a medal with these next two. And the round of applause from the crowd signifies that Barkosi will be on the podium. Great two brace of shots from Sam Simonton there. Now looking to go once again as the clear leader. And it's another 2 out of 2. Great shooting from the American, 24 years old, and really in control of this final. 2 hits. All she can do now is hope for 2 more. So Dana Vizzi with just 1 hit, 1 miss. Her work is done, but is it dusted? Well, we're about to find out. Anastasio needs 2 hits to stay in this final. And does so. It now means that Dana Vizzi will be leaving. And great work from Anastasio, who's had to put up with some delays in this final. But Dana Vizzi of the United States, who took the bronze medal at the World Cup final 11 months ago in Doha. It's 4th place today for the 29-year-old American. But she'll be back, and we're bound to see her again in finals next year in 2025. And if you follow Dana Vizzi on Instagram, and you'll be entertained with her trick shots that she does out on the field of play. It's definitely worth a watch and very entertaining. So here are our medalists. The United States, Italy and France all guaranteed a medal. Interestingly, Barkosi and Anastasio tied on 35 hits, with Barkosi in bib number 1, Anastasio in bib number 6. So the bib system still works for the bronze medal to decide that. Meanwhile, Simonton is looking so good. He's almost in cruise control. And I really think that for Sam Simonton, this is her final to lose. Because at the moment, she's looking worthy of a gold medal. Great visit back at station 3. Just a slight pause on that 4th shot, but Barkosi up to 39. That's 4 out of 4 for Simonton, looking so good in this final, looking so composed, focused, and cruising. Anastasio, will that be the miss that maybe costs her a gold or silver? Well, now back at station 4, so just 6 targets left to decide the bronze medal. And Barkosi's form has certainly picked up She had a bit of a wobble in the middle of the final, started to miss some targets after a perfect start. And now Barkosi just showing her class. She's on 39 hits. Sam Simonton of the United States, 2 in front on 41. Great 2 shots from the Italian. Superb stuff for the 41-year-old. And Simonton once again. It's been an awful long time since she missed a target. She won't be thinking about that. She'll just be thinking of the hits. Another 2 down. And she'll already have her mind on station 5 and the next 4. Anastasia now up to 40. Well, Simonton's still in front and by 2. She's on a total of 43. Barkosi on 41. Anastasia and bib number 6 on 40. And these next 4 targets will decide the first medal of this skeet final. And again, great shooting from Barkosi. So the second Sam Simonton gets at least 1. That will be the bronze medal confirmed, and she gets 2. So it's Barkosi and Simonton who'll battle it out for gold and silver. Anastasia, meanwhile, knows that her job is complete in terms of the bronze medal, and she's really had to fight for it as well in this final. Simonton finishes with a hit and a miss. That's her first miss for an awful long while, but she's still in front by 1. And it's experience versus the younger shooter. Barkosi at 41 years old, Simonton at 24. They'll battle it out for the gold. Meanwhile, Anastasia, who shot so well in this skeet final, now goes to complete this performance and take the bronze medal. And it's a double miss at the end, but it doesn't matter because the bronze medal is going to France. And Lucy Anastasio, great performance. Really had to fight in places, and now goes away with the bronze medal from this skeet women's final at the World Cup final in New Delhi. So Simonton of the United States versus Barkosi of Italy. There's just 1 target that separates these 2. Sam Simonton's been shooting so well, and whether or not she'll go on now to take the gold remains to be seen. As long as the occasion doesn't get to her, she may be able to stay in front, but Diana Barkosi, so experienced, so many medals to her name. Likewise with Simonton, I mean, they're both very well decorated. This is an interesting finale and an interesting conclusion to this skeet women's final. So all Barkosi can do for now is just keep making the hits, and does so. 4 out of 4. Keeping the pressure now on Sam Simonton. Two out of 2 so far. And needs these 2 to stay in front by 1. Well, this is what skeet shooting is all about. Close finishes and the drama and the emotion of the world of shooting sports. Now over these next 6 targets, 2 for each athlete at station 4, and then we'll go back to station 5. And who knows, we might go to a shoot-off because there's only 1 target and 1 hit between these 2. Barkosi, the 41-year-old, on 49, and Simonton, the 24-year-old, on 50.
Hello, check 1, 2, 3. Okay.
And Sam Simonton does what she wanted to do, hits both targets, stays 1 in front of the Italian. It now goes down to station 5 to decide this skeet final. If there's a tie, we go to a shoot-off.
We're back at station 5 now, 2 doubles.
And Simonton is 1 in front.
Gold medal.
Hello.
Tense moments for the Americans and their team, likewise for the Italians. These 2 countries, titans in the
Hello, check
world
1,
of shotgun
2,
shooting.
check. Okay.
And now we're in for this thrilling finale. Barkosi with 1 miss, 1 hit. So Barkosi with 3 out of 4. If she is to be the silver medalist, it'll be the same result as 2017 in the World Cup final when Kim Rody took the gold. And now we're in shoot-off territory until Simonton hits at least 1. And does so. Well, it's both of them, and a punch of the air says it all. And you have to say Sam Simonton deserves that gold medal. She was absolutely in cruise. Sam Simonton, shotgun in the air. A brilliant performance throughout this skeet final. Just kept on going, stayed in front, and finished the final on 56 hits. She was 2 in front of Barkosi at the end. The United States of America have a gold medal.
We will have the victory ceremony for this event after all 4 shotgun finals today. So after the track men's final, we will have the victory ceremony in the rifle and pistol final 4 for all of today's shotgun finals. We'll get started with the men's final, a start time of 11 a.m.
published here? Not yet. Okay, I'm putting on the board.
कोई अपोजिशन है ना ऐसे आँख करा के भी देखो सोचना पड़ता है कि फोकस भी है कि नहीं मतलब पूरा ब्राइट है आँखों में जा रहा है
इसको थोड़ा सा इसको कवर करना चाहिए.
नहीं कवर क्यों नहीं ये तो थोड़ा सा ये टोपी भी मिल जाती ना तो उसका हुड और ये टोपी टच हो जाएगी ना तो
तो कल टोपी दिया था तो
सबको नहीं दिया ना तो आप नीचे फ्लोर पे थे ना उनको बैठ अब एक टोपी मैंने एक्सेस हुआ कर रखा था
Okay, all right. Sam, we're going to do it again. Apologies.
No worries.
चार्जर वो चीज़ ना भाई.
Sam, you have just become World Cup final champion. How does that sound?
It's super nice. I'm glad I was able to do that. That was my goal when I came here. Not making the Olympic team, you know, I came here to make a statement and prove to myself that I am still one of the best in the world.
So moving into the next Olympic cycle, this must be great for proving that point, but also for your own personal confidence for the new Olympic cycle.
Yeah, I think so. I tried some new things out with my team back in the Army back home, and I think I liked those changes. But I mean, it is tough. It's still 2024. Still feel like you fell back to the bottom of the stairs after not making the Olympic team. But yeah, the goal is still there. It's just another mountain further in the distance again. But yeah, the work you put in now is going to put you there. So I really hope this work pays off.
Yeah, you're at the top of the stairs, definitely here in New Delhi, and it's a double upgrade on bronze from the Cairo World Cup final 2 years ago. Let's talk about the final here today. In the end, you were up against a legend in Diana Barkosi. Did that add any extra pressure to the situation?
Perhaps. I don't know. I mean, she's always good. I mean, even in qual, she's awesome. I've shot off with her a bunch of times. She won gold when I won my first international medal, bronze in Croatia. So yeah, she's awesome. But yeah, after that first start on that first station, I was like, oh, I've got some work to do. So yeah, but it was awesome.
Yeah, well, if you were feeling any nerves, you didn't show it. A 2-hit lead in the end. Congratulations and enjoy the podium.
Thank you very much. I'm excited.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Now, was that okay? Yeah, that's okay? Cool. All right, Diana will need yeah, cool. Hey, Diana. Well done, Sam. Thank you again. I think we're recording apparently now.
Yeah, that's what I...
Okay, Diana. We have a working relationship in this department. Fresh from the 1 week ago. Okay, we're not live. Mic check, mic.